Now the recording's up, and I'll be a minute or so. Well, I'm looking for something to talk about. Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, well, that could have went badly. So
Good effort, anyways. All right. So team comp dictates playstyle. Right now, you guys are on a Mei. So where do you think Mei's gonna be trying to play here?
close to me.
Close to
She
you.
should. Yeah, she. I mean, I think her job is to wall off the Reinhardt from his team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's gonna play a bit more close range rather than stay away.
Mm-hmm. So one thing that I'd be looking at here is the fact that because we have Mei, look at where Mei walled. This is where Mei's are probably gonna be walling because it's a choke point. But when we back out, we like back all the way back to point, which just means that we can't really help go on the Reinhardt from back here. Whereas if we were closer, we probably could have engaged on him quicker and actually capitalized off the wall. So just want to watch the fact that we're on a Mei, and then that means you should probably have played a bit closer.
Yes.
Uh-oh. We swing. And then the problem is that we don't shield against a nade, stickies, sleep. So
yeah, these are the times when I throw a fire strike and I realize that I can't do anything.
Yep. So you just gotta be careful about doing those. Usually those this kind of quick around the corner fire strike is gonna be better for you, so that you're not out in the open for as long. Nice. Okay, so we die. Let's see, why do we die? So we're playing up on this corner here. We come back, we get the Philly Echo. Okay, and now we're right here. And this is a problem, is that we kill the Echo, but then just look at where we are in comparison to them. We're just kind of a little pushed far forwards. I think Lucio boops us. We're kind of isolated from our team a little bit, right? Like Moira can't heal us. We get naded from behind. So just think of that positioning right here where we can kind of get encircled by them versus if we were just like playing off of this corner, which just makes it so that you can't get pushed down this way. You're not going to get naded from behind. You can be with your teammates. So positioning wise, after we kill the Echo, or even so we were pushed forwards, and then we saw that they're pushing in. Once they were pushing in that hard, I would probably be backing up so that you can kind of be with your team and not be a mile ahead of them. So here we just kind of let them push us into the corner there, and then and then we get naded. So we just gotta watch for those auto nades as well. Be intentional about shielding for nades and sleeps. Gotta keep your eye open for those. It's always handy to think about what abilities and ultimates in your game you can block. That's something you can be thinking about, like when you're looking at their team comp dictates playstyle, so you can do a quick scan and think what abilities and what ultimates can I block with my shield, right? Because those are going to be very valuable to intentionally watch for, right? What I'd say that there's probably like 3 main ones on the enemy team that you gotta watch for, and then maybe some maybe like 2 other smaller ones you could, but they're not as big of a deal. What are the 3 main abilities and ultimates on the enemy team that you 4 abilities and ultimates that you should be intentionally looking to shield for?
So for abilities, I'd say the Ana Sleep and Nade.
Yep.
The sticky bombs of Echo, I think I can shield them.
That's
they
like one of the
shouldn't
more minor
damage.
ones.
Okay, and the shatter, of course.
Shatter, of course.
And I think also the Lucio bulb could be sometimes, at least, can be a big problem.
Yeah, which that's one that's like, you, yeah, I agree, you can definitely shield for that situationally, but also isn't like going to be something you need to intentionally watch for, because
Okay.
because he's getting it every 3 seconds, so it's coming so frequently, and it's less high powered, right? It's not a super high powered ability, right? So you can't be
Yes.
watching. You can definitely, of course, be aware of Lucio and watch, like, if you're close to a ledge, your teammates are close to a ledge, watch for it. But that's not something you can focus on for the whole game, because it's happening so much, and secondly, it's not as high. It's not really doing a ton. Whereas all those other ones are doing a lot if they're connecting, right?
Yes.
One other that you can probably do is Bastional, right? You can look up at the sky and shield it, or
Hmm.
look down at the ground and shield it, depending on kind of where you're at. Yep. So those are some things intentionally watch them, because Anna's kind of rolling us right now with those. Okay. See, do we got our whole team now? Yeah, pretty much. Anna's still like a hair behind. Okay, you see, you're kind of just poking. I like that you're, playing a bit passive, because you see that your teammates are on. You're kind of on your DPS are on mid-range characters, right?
Hmm.
So they're a bit longer. So I like that you're just poking there. You see the advantage. Now you're pushing. That's probably a good idea. Oof, that's unfortunate. Okay, so let's rewatch this. We're doing good. We're pressuring a little bit. We like back up, which maybe, I'm not sure if you think you're about to get shattered. Shatter there obviously was against a single Echo who had a shield. Right, so gotta watch and see who's on your screen. Obviously you don't want to be shattering when there's nobody there, and then if Echo has a shield, probably not the time to be trying to go for the shatter. I think at this point you're probably expecting the shatter, so I think that's why I would imagine that's why you're flashing up your shield a ton here.
Yeah, that's due to the I held my shield up due to the echo possibility of a shatter. Then I'm just flashing here just to trying to get out alive.
Yeah, maybe you could have been, because we do that, they're gonna shatter anyways in a second here.
Yes.
Maybe when we're starting to feel more pressured when they're pushing in here, we could be backing up to that other corner, right? Maybe we could be backing up to this corner while we're still waiting for our DPS to do something, because we know we don't have shatter. We know they do have shatter. Our shield at this point is a little bit low. You see the Bastion coming up. Our shield just gets shredded. Yeah, so maybe there we could have just backed up sooner. Could have been something. Could have been an idea. Nice job getting Lucio. But then we end up inside them. Did we get booped here? I think Lucio boops us into them. Because we swung and then all of a sudden we're over here. I was just saying in this situation we had to probably try to do a better job of sustaining, because we get really aggressive and we're just swinging, and we kind of push past the cart a little bit or push to the side of the cart when we could have been using cart as cover while we're swinging on Lucio. So once again, like, because the priority here is just staying alive because you're the one who has to contest. So probably sitting a little bit further back. Kill Lucio. You still would have been able to kill Lucio, killing Lucio, but not being as over aggressive, shielding a bit more. And the problem is that you're just getting shredded so quickly that you're having a hard time staying alive at the moment. Probably charge like I shot. Yeah, there you go. Maybe a tad bit delayed. Okay, I really like the attempt. Maybe could have waited an extra second to get their supports to come up, right? Because from this angle, we only get 3 of them. I really like what you're doing with it. That you're hiding in the corner. Like, that's classic. Maybe could have gotten a few extra people, even if something as simple as just like peeking more to the side and angling this way.
Yeah.
Right, just like angling it different could get more people. So waiting and or angling better. They get beated out of it. If we get Lucio, they can't beat that. Okay, Bash is putting up pressure for you, so maybe we can be getting aggressive off of that. Maybe like pinning into the Reinhardt right now, sort of deal. Reinhardt's isolated by himself, I'd be pushing him. So when Bastion's putting pressure on them, you can see how split up they are here at the moment. So let's analyze this fight a little bit, right? You can see that Reinhardt's so far forward, he doesn't have any of his supports. Bastion's low, he doesn't have supports. Look at Bastion's health here. Like, we could be right now fire striking or charging at one of them and just putting pressure. But we kind of are playing a little bit passive here. We're kind of doing some light swinging. I think we're nervous of the shatter. Nice block. Okay, but we block it, and then they are already up 1 here. Notice how far out to the side we are. I mean, they get down your Bastion. I actually didn't see Bastion over there. See, the problem is that our whole team is so wide swung here. Being over on that corner is going to be a lot better for you guys. Nice, good job using cover.
Yeah, here I shouldn't have gone for the pin, I think.
Because that's unfortunate that they killed your Bastion, which is very unfortunate. because you had 3 people over here. Let's see. When you were charging, I don't think you could have gone for the teammates because the teammate you were 230 HP, and running at three people would have been suicide. I think that this is a good play that you made, but your Bastion just died, so your play wasn't able to do anything. Good job getting.
Would have it made any difference if I, instead of pinning the Reinhardt, tried to block his heals?
I don't think that it was heals that was the problem, because he was full HP, right? Like that would have maybe been helpful if, look at, by the time you're pinning him, he's full, right? He's full this whole time. So it's not like he was 1 HP and he got healed out of it. He was just full HP. Your teammates just didn't shoot at him, and even if you pinned him, the hope behind pinning, countercharging him, is that either you land the pin, or if you countercharge, that your 3 teammates here will see it and will shoot at him. But your Bastion starts shooting at other things, your Moira fades away, and your Ana doesn't look at him, right? So Ana tries to nade an enemy and misses it. So here, your teammates just didn't follow up on it.
Okay.
I think you made a good enough play. Good job just playing passive here and just waiting and just sustaining. Could it have tried counter pinning here? Right, so either counter pin him, or because your teammates are in a much better place to be able to capitalize on it, right? Remember, the rule of counter pinning is you counter pin if you're neutral and it saves you. You counterpin if the enemy Reinhardt is inside your team, right? Because then your whole team gets to heal you and shoot him, and you don't countercharge if you're in the middle of their whole team, right? But here, he's in the middle of your whole team. If you countercharge him, then you can do a lot. Your team does a lot of damage to him, and will heal you up. You're full HP too. Right, and the only other person is Ashe. So I'd either countercharge, or you can charge him just out of, when he's at the end of his pin, right? You could have just turned and charged him right at the end there. That also gets him off your Ana, but here we stop paying attention. We kind of let Reinhardt. Now we're swinging on him, which is good. But we don't. He kills your Ana before he kills you, so now you don't have heals. You didn't put enough pressure on him, so now you have him swinging on you, right? Which isn't good. If you land the pin, then you can maybe save the Ana.
Four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Nice, good kill. Nice pin. Good job isolating him from his team. Yeah, it was a good play. Your team just didn't capitalize on it. Yeah, I'd probably just play passive and regroup here. Yeah, just keep poking. Yep, you're doing what you should right now, just poking, waiting for something to happen. Okay, let's take a look at team comps here. Okay, team compositions. What team composition is the enemy team on, and what team composition is your team on?
I'm not really sure. I only know about Brawl team compositions or
Do you think you're both on
Poke.
Brawl here?
I'd say so. Reinhardt should be a Brawl tank, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the main thing here is that Genji needs to close in on the enemies, whereas Ash needs to stay away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so your Genji needs to close in, their Ashe needs to stay further back, right? Is the thing you said.
Yeah.
So have we? I don't think last time we talked about team compositions at all. Let's. Oh no, we did. We did. Last time we talked about team compositions. So okay, cool. So last time we talked about all this, right? So just like you said, your team has a Reinhardt, so that's more brawly. Bastion's more spammy, but he's a decent bit brawly. Ilari more spammy, but decent bit brawly. Ana brawly, Ashe spam, right? So they probably have like a brawly spam mix, right? You can say maybe mostly brawl with some spam elements. So that's what their team would be. Your team, right? We have Reinhardt, who is brawl, Genji, who is brawly dive, right? But brawl, Bastion, brawly spam, Ana, brawl, Mercy, who's going to be that like spammy dive, but she works here. So overall, which team wants to play which team wants to play faster and closer?
Mine.
Yours does, right? Which team wants to play further and slower?
There's team.
Okay, so now let's take the how we're approaching this fight. Let's look at like your pathing. Right, so with that in mind, they want to play slower, you want to play faster. Which route? So let's say you're coming into the fight and you have like 4 potential routes to get to them. You have hotel, through here, around the statue, or coming up the high ground, right? Out of those, what is the fastest to slowest engagement?
The fastest engagement will be around the statue, so either on the left or the left side is the fastest.
So this one would be the fastest? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd say second fastest is either the right on the right side of the statue or either the left side sort of flank. That could be quick, but also not that much. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
And the slowest will be up the stairs.
Yeah. I think that this is probably the second slowest this part around, right?
Okay.
Because look at this. Look at what the range that they get to keep you at here. With their DPS, the only person that your team can shoot at is Reinhardt, which just means he gets to get healed and healed and healed, and you can't really get on anything else, right? The only person you can swing on is Reinhardt. Now, if the only person you can swing on is Reinhardt, and the only thing Genji can shoot at is Reinhardt, because this is all the space we're creating, right? The only person our Genji can get to without going in and 1v4ing is Reinhardt. Are you guys gonna be able to easily kill Reinhardt?
No.
No, right? I don't know. Did we talk about target priority at all last time?
I think so, yeah.
I think so. I mean, like, generally speaking, tanks, hardest things to kill, and we want to shoot the easiest things to kill, right? So, for yourself and for your team, you're putting yourself in a position where the only thing you can shoot at is Ryan, and then also, you're putting yourself at a really long range from the enemy team, which means that if you get past the Reinhardt, this is how far you have to go to get to them, which is much slower and much longer range than you want if you want to be playing close and fast. Doing one of these two, so through here or through here, are going to get you there quicker and with more cover and faster, right? And get you on top of those other things instead of just Reinhardt.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, did we talk about like No Man's Land last time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remembered we we said that. So this is a no man's land right here, right? This long stretch right here. It's very wide open space. And why would we want to push through this really long one when we could push through 2 quicker choke points?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. So that's probably what a big thing we could be doing here differently. Because we're just kind of poking, and they're just out poking us.
Could here be a play be like me pinning not the Reinhardt, but just avoiding the Reinhardt with my pin and just shield the enemy team, whereas when my Ana can sleep his Reinhardt?
So you're saying pinning in past the Reinhardt? And
Yeah,
shielding?
for instance, like 5 seconds ago, I think it was, or 5 seconds
seconds ago.
past, when we were fighting on the right side of the statue.
So when you're over here.
Yeah, if I could like pin avoiding the Reinhardt.
Oh, what just happened? Okay. So you're saying pin and pass them. I probably wouldn't recommend it because you have the very big chance of being able to just get pinned back. Like Reinhardt could just turn around and pin you. And then your shield's also probably going to get melted pretty quick by the Bastion, and Ana's not in a position to do anything against the Reinhardt.
Yeah.
So those are a couple reasons why. If you had, if you were like grouped with the Ana and you had really good communication and she was with you, maybe you could try to coordinate that.
Okay.
But also that's just probably a riskier play than Ana than just something as simple as Ana sleeping him when he puts his shield down.
Okay.
Good pin. That's a really good one, right? Once again, you're counterpinning him when you have more team support than he does. Nice. Alright. Okay, you see Reinhardt slow. You cancel it because you see the Ana. Okay, that's good. Okay, Bastion's ulting. Maybe if you want, we probably go to pin Reinhardt there. Right, if you look at his health bar, he's pretty low and off and isolated here. So if you pin him down, he has 3 teammates there, but if you pin him down this way, then his teammates can't catch up to him. Okay, good staggering. Okay, no reason for you yourself to be pushing up that far. I mean, like we can like be here to maybe like help our Bastion, but you have your ultimate, so there's no reason for you to be pushing that far for fire strikes, and we shouldn't even be tossing fire strikes right now because you got your ult. That tossing fire strike is wasting your cooldowns and feeding them ult charge. So I would hold on to the fire strikes unless you see an actual opportunity to do something. Alright, this is way too far. Right? Because now you're down 1 player. Ana can't see you, so 1.5 players, right? They're about to have their whole team, and then what? And then once again, like no man's land, right? We're holding at the front of it, where you have this whole place you're gonna have to back up through, instead of holding at the back end of it. Holding it right here would be holding at the back end of it. And then
I was trying to own this the no man's land, but now that you've said it, I don't really have any long range heroes.
Yep, and remember that remember that you don't, when you're defending it, you don't want to hold in the front of it because then they don't have to push through it. You don't, it's not like it's space that, but to control it, you hold on the back end of it and you make them push through it because it's bad positioning to be standing in when you're in the no man's land because there's no cover anywhere.
Okay.
Right? So if you're standing in the front, then they don't have to push through it to kill you. And if you're standing in the middle and in the front, then you have to back up through it yourself, right? So right now you're putting yourself in the bad positioning while making it so that they don't. Whereas if we're right here where the Bastion's at, we can spam them from here and then they have to push through it. They push through it, we back up again, and then they have to push through this no man's land, right? And then we back up again, and now they have to push through the choke point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we, as they're pushing, we're giving up space and running away, and then we just get to spam them the whole time they're running through. So I'd imagine we're probably dead here. We get nanoed. We shatter one Reinhardt, which is an okay shatter, not the best shatter. Oh, that's another ultimate. You can shield, right?
Mm-hmm.
That one right there. We could have had shield up, but we ended up fire striking. We fire strike after we hear it. If we shield up for that, then that blocks it from hitting you. Oh, it doesn't pop up as a status effect on the. I wonder if they never added that. It doesn't pop up as a status effect on the team 1 on the top left. Okay, and then you can see here how you're just like, they can kind of just bully you and you're going to take all the damage and you have nowhere to go. But if we're standing back here, then we get to do the opposite. Yeah. So that's a brand double death there. So a lot of things at the moment seem to be reflecting positioning and awareness/aggression, which I think is similar to last time, yeah. Ability usage seems to be doing pretty good. Maybe some things here or there, like shielding and pinning times. Okay, okay, so this is fine. We know we're engaging without our Bastion, but we know that they're also down a Bastion, or they're down another DPS too. Okay, good job blocking for shield, but we're also just like... Oh, did we cancel his ult there? I don't know why he tried to shatter a single Bastion. Orange is trying to get you. Really good pin there. Oh, very nice. Good pin. I think your pins are doing really, really good this game. In general, besides like, you know, like 1 or 2 situations where we could have pinned or counter pinned. Watch the. Oh, are we gonna? I think we're gonna fire strike still here. Right. Well, we have our ult. Right. Save it for when the fight starts now.
So I shouldn't use my fire strike or pin when I have shatter.
You can pin. I wouldn't.
Not ideally.
Yeah, you can pin, that's okay, but I wouldn't fire strike, I wouldn't spam fire strike, right? Because you do that a lot of times, the reason why you spam it, a lot of times is for that ult charge.
Yeah.
Because now what's gonna mean is that if you don't have your fire strikes during the fight, well, fire strikes offer you a way to get kills if people are low health. They offer damage for during the fight. They mean that you can like use them during your ultimate. They just offer more versatility in the fight than during the poke phase. You can do it maybe if they're like approaching you, right? You can do it like as they're coming to you. You don't want to do it when it's in the pure poke phase, right? Because then it's just probably getting wasted. If you do use any of them, use one and then let it recharge. But you don't want to spam both of them out because then you won't have them for the fight, and you're just feeding them extra ult charge. Whereas alternatively, I would use them if it's either going to potentially get a kill, or it's just going to do a lot of good spam damage as they're trying to approach your team. But we're using it like when we're like a mile away from them.
Okay.
So I'd just be more reserved with it. Really nice. You see, like, for example here, right? Like, we land a big shatter, we land a fire strike. We don't have a second fire strike to follow up, right? If we have two fire strikes, then we could have gotten an extra kill out of it. Very nice. Oof. Very, very good. Keep pushing. You like charge up on that Bastion, or charge to spawn if you want to. I mean, whatever works. That also works sitting at Kark, and you just let them come to you.
Yeah, try the same thing. Yeah, I knew he was gonna expect it, so I went to the top.
Nice.
But I think if he counter-charged, that could have gone very badly.
Yeah, but I think it's still a good play. It's a good idea. Oh, he's so low. Good job managing your aggression there. Very nice. Well played. Okay, hugging that corner tighter would be better for you. Like, yeah, where you're doing now, but we're kind of in the middle before. Gotta watch the pin. Good kill though. Very nice. Yeah, we can maybe like counter charge or dodge the pin. Right.
I got booped.
Yeah, you got booped. Also, we're shattering again when there's not really very much to shatter, right?
Yeah, that's true. I immediately thought when I see Kitsune that everyone's gonna rush in, so I think that's like one of the best moments to shatter. But
yeah, but not in this case, just because there's two of them are walking back from spawn, the other two are around the corner. Reinhardt's holding up shield, so I'd say be aware, watch for where they're actually at. We've had that for a couple shatters where like I think we're not being ambitious enough with shatter.
Yeah.
So like I mean like we got them all when we shattered them from behind. You know, we've had a couple decent sized shatters, but I think that there's a lot of cases where we can get more people, right? Like that hide behind one, we could have gotten two more. A lot of the other ones were like just doing one person or two people when you could be getting more. And then you just got to keep your eyes open to make sure that there's actually people there when we're shattering. So eyes, ears, watching, seeing if they're coming through. I think also you're jumping, because I think that you jump while you get booped. Maybe, I'm not sure. It's hard to it's hard to tell there. But just either way, just be careful that you're not jumping, because that'll make it slower. Your ult slower.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a situation where I would not pin. Why would it not be good to pin in this situation right now?
Well, I get out of line of sight of my teammates, my
Yeah.
healers, basically, and also there's still Kitsune.
Yeah, so Kitsune, right, they can shoot at you. It puts you further into their team if you pin, right? Whereas you have more control to stay back if you don't. By pinning here, while Reinhardt's just staring at you, you open up a very easy possibility of him countercharging you, right? It's not like this is a surprise pin. He sees you running at him, right? He's probably gonna counter pin, and then that just shuts down your ability to use nano, right? So it's actually counterintuitive because you think you're pinning to do extra damage, but in reality you're actually just shutting down your own ult that you have on you, right?
Yeah.
And then also, same thing as we were talking about before, if you get counterpinned inside their team, now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 people that can shoot at you, but against their Reinhardt, nobody can shoot at their Reinhardt, right? So he's safe, you're gonna take a lot of damage, right? So we're stunning our ult, taking extra damage, and just also putting yourself out of line inside of your teammates more. So it probably would have been better just to like push and swing a bit more. Because look, by the time we're waking up, look how much damage you just took. And then we die as a result, right? So that pin is probably what killed us there. So, like we were talking about before, it's, you know, it's a little bit of aggression. Watch where's their team, where's my team, and then not counter pinning if it's in the middle of their team, or pinning in general, like, right, if it's in the middle of their team. Okay, do we have Ana? Yeah, we do have Ana, okay. Nice kill. I think it's a good time to push. Good time to back up. We weren't expecting the shatter.
I was kind of expecting it, but I think I broke my shield. Did I? Oh yeah, okay. No, I didn't, but I couldn't get it up. Is there any way to make that faster, or is it just because there is a delay between the time that I press my mouse and the time that my shield gets up? So here I can see him. I know he's gonna shatter, but I didn't like.
I think it's because you fire struck.
I didn't
right?
really. That might be. I didn't really expect it, but when I see it, I know that I want to shield that, but I can't.
I think here the reason why you can't is because you fire strike, right? So we come around the corner, swing at him. Notice how we're fire striking even though he has a beat, right?
Yeah.
So that's just not a good time to be fire striking. And then notice how, if you're looking, I'll put this away, but look at the bottom right where it shows the cooldown. You can see that it's available, and then it'll turn red when it's not. And look how it times that with the fire strike. Right, so it's because we fire strike there that we're not able to put up shield. So probably just not the time when you're expecting a shatter. Probably don't want to be fire striking. If they have a Lucio beat, probably don't want to be fire striking just because like, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to waste your cooldown and make you take extra damage. But this is good. Why is what just happened a good thing?
They wasted a lot of ults.
Yeah, they just wasted a lot of ults. We traded 3 for 1, right? Which is just a good thing. That was a fight that we could honestly have. Like, we were at a disadvantage to begin with, so that's a good outcome for us. Nice. Cool. Good attempt to get them off point.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
And notice how we're hard shielding the cross, which is just going to be an extra shield damage. We're also taking that wide angle again, right? Same exact thing. We're probably playing even faster than we were before because we're on a Reaper, and they're playing even slower than they are. I guess they are. They're on Kree, but they're also on Mercy now, which is probably even less brawly than Alari was, right? So this is probably a little bit accentuated from last time, and yet we're still taking the wide route. Okay, I think we're recharging shield, but then we're just like swinging into a wall while peeking where they can damage us for free here, right? So if you're recharging your shield, just duck around the corner, right? Because here we're just like swinging a wall, and then they just like shoot us a ton, and we're down to 1 HP. And then we just shield while we could, like never shield when you could just do this, right?
Yeah.
So this would be like use cover more, right? Don't just stand near it, use it. If you're recharging shield, stand around it. If you're taking damage, stand around it. That way you're not wasting so much shield and you're not wasting your health, right? So you just gotta use it. Okay. So taking the wide angle, I mean Ana gets distracted. Ana's not looking. Request healing. Get your supports to look at you, right? If they're both not knowing that you're low HP, you're not gonna get healed. But if you press the button, it gives them the in-game reminder and tells them, and also tells them where you're at. So that'll get you healing. Counterpin.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And also fire strikes.
Alright, so I need healing and counterpinning there. Two big ones that could save us. Notice how we're shielding while we're sitting around the corner when we could be recharging shield, right? So that we have it full when we're trying to push, but we're just kind of sitting here and holding it. Oof. Okay. Notice how we're just like sitting here and shielding, right? So now we just can't really push because we don't have shield available. I remember when we talked in depth on shield usage, right? We've said you don't want to just use it for everyday spam. You want to use it when it's needed. Against shield abilities, ults, high amounts of burst damage when you're low and your teammates are low, things like that. But here we're just kind of soaking up spam with it, and then that way we never have it of it. If we just constantly sit there, we're never gonna have it for when we actually need to push. Missed a pin, unfortunate. Kind of isolating our teammates there. Okay. Kind of just like sitting here soaking up shield again.
I was desperately trying to get that 1% ultimate charge.
Say that again?
I was trying to get that last percent ultimate charge.
Yeah.
That's why I thought I could pin in and then shatter, but I didn't hit anyone, so
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get it.
little far away to be landing it. Also, Ana is just a perfect character we could just be running at right now, right? Imagine if instead we run at them, kill Ana, that baits them into all coming back in, and then we can catch them while they're coming back in with the shatter, right? But here, think about, like, even if you land the shatter on both of them, like, that's gonna be a really hard follow-up, right? Where you are you're gonna have to like pin across the whole point to get to them. The Bastion's gonna melt you as you do that with their mercy damage boost. Like, even if we land that, that's such a hard follow up. Whereas if we focus on the Ana, who's like right next to us, and then we let them come closer to us, then we can get more, and we'll be able to follow up on it.
Yeah, my thought process was just to stun them. So just let my team have the possibility to shoot the Ana without having a tank to worry about.
Yeah,
But I don't get the McCree and the heals.
Reinhardt was far enough away where he would not have been able to do anything to stop you from killing Ana if you just went over and swung on her once or twice. And then if you did, then you shatter him, right? If he like tries to pin over, you can shatter and or counter pin. That means that you kill Ana, you counter, you land the shatter. Usually it's not going to be shattered. Isn't really worth they're only going to be down for 2 seconds, so that 2 seconds is not going to be worth it to try to just stun them. Very rarely do you want to use your ult just to stun unless you're like canceling something else. Alright, then that's pretty much game. We don't have time to regroup. And alright, let's do wrap up review main points. We're gonna do this pretty quick because we're running out of time here. I think it's better than last time, but still some of the same points. Ability usage: don't fire strike if you have your ult and it's just kind of spamming it in from a mile away. Charge, pretty good for the most part, but sometimes you could be counter charging, sometimes you could be pinning when we're not, sometimes we are pinning when we shouldn't be. Into their team, so just a little bit more management over that. And then shield, don't just like hold it here for no reason. Drop it, get around the corner, let it recharge. Don't flash it up. Let it sit there and recharge. Use it when it's needed. Intentionally watch for those things to block. Don't just kind of flash it up for like random spam damage. So overall, that's like a medium priority for you to work on. Ult usage, be a little bit more ambitious. Make sure there's actually people there. And those are like the main things, right? Go for a few extra people. Make sure there's actually people there to swing on. Don't jump when you ult. That one's like a low to medium priority. Positioning, actually use the cover, right? Stand near it and use it. Then besides that, pathing wise, take the quick. If you're trying to play quick, right? Play the quick path. And then watch no man's land and choke points, right? Defending them, position at the back end of them and let them push to you, and then attacking, push through as quick as possible from cover to cover. Overall, positioning was a medium, maybe medium high priority for you to work on, right? Something like that. And then next comes awareness / aggression. Watch where's my team, where's the enemy team, how does team comps dictate play style, and what's happening around, what's the flow of the fight, where and what's happening. I think the big things were like where is their team at, where's our team at. Those are the big ones. And then just putting that into aggression accordingly, which I don't think last time did we go over aggression scaling at all?
I don't think so. Maybe just some mentioning.
Maybe we'll go next time. We'll go into aggression scaling, which can be helpful for managing your aggression. But that one was probably also like a higher end of a medium. So to put that all in order, number 1 probably comes to your... trying to think which was higher between them. I guess positioning, and then awareness / aggression, and then your ability usage and then ult usage. Any final questions?
No, don't have anything.
Okay, cool. You wanna? I'll get your recording.